Hey everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to make a bracelet today, and I'm going to use 6 of the 8 colors of Delicas that I got in the most recent Adornable Elements Beads of the Month Club subscription. I'll put a link in the corner of this video and in the description box below to the unboxing video that I did for this subscription in case you didn't get to see it and you want to check it out, where I go into a little bit more detail about how the subscription works and all. But they have 6 different clubs that you can choose from. They have the Miyuki Delicas Seed Beads of the Month Club, which is the one I got this time. They have the Miyuki Seed Beads of the Month Club. They have the Gemstones Beads of the Month Club, the Fire Polish Beads of the Month Club, the Hot and Trendy Beads of the Month Club, and the 2-hole Beads of the Month Club. So that way you can pick whichever club or clubs best suit the type of beading you like to do. Since I like to do all different kinds of beading, I'm getting the rotating Beads of the Month Club, and in that club they rotate you through each club 1 month at a time. So 1 month you'll get maybe the Delicas like I got this time, and then the next month you might get the Fire Polish Beads, and on like that until they rotate you through all the clubs. I have a coupon code. It's Teresa10, and I'll put it on the screen here and in the description box below, and that'll save you 10% off the first month of whatever club or clubs you sign up for. But you can only use it 1 time. And when you use it, you need to be sure to put Teresa in all capital letters like I have it on the screen here. It won't work if you don't do that. And I'll also put a link in the description box below to their website where it tells you all about how the clubs work and everything. And, you know, you can subscribe to it if you decide that's something you want to do. If you sign up for the Rotating Beads of the Month Club and you use my code, they'll put you on the same rotation that I'm on, which means you'll get the same collection of beads that I do every month. Gina from Working in Opal Jewelry and Beads has been unboxing this subscription for over 5 years now, and she's decided that she needs to take a little break away from making videos for the months of August and September. And of course, the people that signed up for the subscription using her code are on the same rotation that she's on. And the people at Adornable Elements didn't want those people to not have somebody to unbox with and do tutorials with, so they put me on the same rotation that she and her subscribers are on. I know that Gina mentioned in her July video that I was going to be doing these unboxings with her subscribers. So if you found me through that video, through Gina's channel, welcome. I really appreciate you allowing me to unbox these beads with you and do some tutorials with them. I know I won't do nearly as good a job as Gina does, but I promise I'll try to do my best. Also wanted to mention, when I got this particular shipment, when I get beads in the mail, I'm always in such a hurry to see all the pretty beads that I just dig into it and start looking at the beads, and I don't pay a whole lot of attention to the paperwork that's in there, not right away anyway. And I didn't notice that they had put this letter in here talking about how Gina is going to be taking a couple of months off and how I'm going to be on the same rotation as her subscribers for these 2 months. And then under here, they talk about 2 other YouTubers that get their beads and do videos and tutorials with them. One of them is Kelly from Beading Jewelry and Artwork. I'm very familiar with Kelly. I talked about her in the very first video I ever did. I had been watching her. Sometimes she makes jewelry and she uses random patterns of beads and makes just some really beautiful jewelry. And I had never done anything like that before, and I had been watching her videos, and so then I tried it and I really enjoyed it. And I've been watching her videos for a while, and she's really sweet to me, and she watches my videos and comments on my videos. And she gets the 2, it says the 2-hole and or the Hot and Trendy Club, but I believe she gets both because I watch her videos and I watch her unboxings and her tutorials. So she'll be getting those and doing unboxings. She has been for a while, and tutorials with them. And then there's another lady here. It says Jennifer from Bella Rain Jewelry. And she gets it says the Findings and or the Crystals pack. Those are companion packs that you can get in addition to your club subscription. And then she alternates between the Gemstones Club and the Fire Polish Club. And she will be doing videos and tutorials with those. And I think she has been for a while now too. And I was not familiar with Jennifer, but she left a really sweet comment under my unboxing video that I did for this particular shipment and talked about this paper that was in there. That's how I knew this paper was in there. She told me it was in there, and then I went and looked and found it. So I will link both of their channels in the description box below so you can check their videos out if you want to do that. So I'm going to get some of my beads poured out here. Well, let me tell you which ones I'm using first. I guess I need to do that. These are the Gunmetal Iris. These are the Matte Opaque Red AB. These are the Metallic Dark Plum Gold Iris. These are the Galvanized Blush. These are the Lined Ruby AB. And these are the Dyed Transparent Peach. And then I've got a toggle clasp and a couple of jump rings and a couple of wire guardians in here. And I've got my size 11 tulip beading needle. And I'm using my 6-pound fire line for this. I usually use 6-pound when I do peyote, which is what this is going to be. Mostly it's going to be a combination of peyote and herringbone. And I'm using the smoke. And I've got my chain nose pliers and my bent chain nose pliers that I'm going to use to put my clasp on at the end. And I use my chain nose pliers to flatten the thread so I can get it through the needle. And of course I've got my scissors to cut my fire line with. So I think that's everything. So hold on, I'll get some of my beads poured out and I'll be back. Okay, I've got some of my beads poured out here now. And I've got them in the order that I'm going to put them on my bracelet. This is going to be a combination of peyote and herringbone. I did not invent this. This is not my design. There are a lot of videos out there showing how to do this. There's a couple of different ways to do it though. The way I'm going to do it is it's got a little bit of an odd count peyote to it. It's not much. It's just until you get the width of the bracelet established, then you don't have to do the odd count anymore. And I'm going to show a little bit different way of doing the odd count than I have showed before, that some of you might find a little bit easier than the way I've showed to do odd count peyote before. So I'm going to pick up 4 of these Gunmetal Iris. And I'm going to pull them down here to the bottom of down here to my stop bead. And I'm going to go through the first 2. I'm going to set them next to each other like that. And now I'm going to go down these other 2. Well, that's what I've got there, 4 little beads sitting next to each other like that, 2 next to 2. Now I'm going to get my next color, my matte opaque red AB. And I'm going to start with peyote here, so I'm going to, I know this is hard to see because these beads are very, very tiny. I'm going to pick up one of my opaque red beads. I'm going to skip this bead that I'm coming out the bottom of, and I'm going to go in that next bead. That sets my red bead next to my black bead that I skipped. Now I'm going to pick up 2 of my red beads. This is the herringbone part. Pick up 2 of my red beads. And I'm going to go down. I'm going to turn it around here because when I do this part, it's easier if I can pull to the right. So I'm going to go from the top of this 11 Gunmetal Iris 11-0 into the top of this one. Pull my beads down. Now I'm going to arrange them here so that the holes are sitting up like we want them to be in herringbone. You just have to fiddle with them sometimes to get them to set up like you want them to. And I always am able to do this much better than when I'm doing it here on camera. Okay, so there, I've got them sitting with their holes up like that. Now I'm going to pick up another one. And I'm going to go, now I need to skip a bead and go into a bead, but I don't have a bead to go into. So this is the odd count. And this is really easy. I'm just going to go This first one is going to be different from all the rest. I'm going to go on the bottom of this 11-0. And I will, no doubt, get my stop bead caught in there. Okay, now I'm going to pull that up. When I do, that sets that 11-0 next to the one, that one there. So I've got a red one on each side here and then two at the top here. Now, I'm going to go down. I'm coming out the top of this black bead right here at the bottom. I'm going to go into the next black bead next to that. And then I'm going to come up this red bead. Now I'm going to pick up another red bead, and this is peyote. I'm going to go up into this red bead that's sticking up. That puts that in there. Now I'm going to pick up two more red beads. I'm going to flip this around. And I'm going to go in from the top of this red bead into the top of this red bead. I'm going to arrange my beads so that the holes are sitting up. I'm going to pick up my red beads. I'm going to go into the sticking out red bead down here. Now, I'm going to stop for a minute and see if any of that was in frame, so hold on. Okay, I think that's probably about as well as I'm going to be able to get it to show you what I'm doing. So now I'm going to start, because I really like these galvanized blush beads, I'm going to put a couple of strips of them between each of my colors. I mean, I did in between these first, the black and the red, but I'm going to from now on. So I'm coming out this bottom red. I'm going to go into the next sticking out red bead. I'm going to pick up another blush. Go into the next sticking out red bead. I'm going to pick up two. I'll flip it around. And I'm going to go down from the top of that red one on the top there to the next one to do a little herringbone here. Just going to make sure my holes are sitting the way I want them to be. Pick up another blush. Go into the next sticking out bead. And now I'm down here. I need to skip a bead and go into a bead, but I don't have a bead to go into. So this is the odd count part, and this is not hard. I'll pick up one of my blush beads. I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to go under this thread bridge right here between these two beads, between this red bead and this black bead. Pull my thread through. That's going to set my little blush bead next to that bead there. And that's just a different little way of doing the odd count turn. You can do that on regular peyote too. Now I'm going to go up doing peyote up through here. Picking up a blush and going into a blush. Now I'm up here at the top, so I need to pick up two of my blush beads. Flip it around. I'm going to go from the top of this blush bead into the top of this blush bead. Thread's trying to get tangled, but I'm not going to let it. Arrange my beads there. Now pick up another blush. Go into the next one. Pick up another blush. Go into the next one. So now I'm going to do my next color, which is Metallic Dark Plum Gold Iris. I'll pick up one of those. Go into my next blush bead. Pick up another one. Go into the next blush bead. Pick up another one. Go into the next blush bead. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to pick up two. Go from the top of this blush bead down into the top of this blush bead. Arrange my beads. Pick up another one. Go into the next blush bead. Pick up another one. Now I'm down here where I need to do this odd count turn, because I don't have a bead to go into here. So I'm going to go down here and find this thread bridge under here. Pull my thread through. And go up the one I just added. I'm going to do another row of this color, so I'm going to pick up another, whatever I said this color was. Peyote all the way up. Pick up two up here at the top. Go from the top of that one to the top of the next one. Just do my little herringbone stitch. And peyote all the way down. Now I'm going to put two more rows of my blush between this color. I'm going to pick up a blush, go into this one, stick it out one, peyote all the way up, flip it, pick up two, go from the top of this bead into the top of this bead to do my herringbone. Peyote all the way down. Now I'm down here where I need to put another stitch in, but I don't have a bead to go into. I'll pick up my bead, go down here under this thread bridge, then you go up this bead I just put on. I'm going to do another peyote all the way back up with my blush beads. Got caught on my scissors. Thread's trying to get tangled again, but I am not going to let it. Go up into this one on the top, flip it, pick up two, go down this bead to do my herringbone, pull it out and arrange it, go back down this side with peyote, now 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do one more row. We're making our bracelet wider each time we do this. I'm going to do one more making it wider, and then I'm going to stop making it wider and just I'll show you what I'm going to do then. So I'm going to do, I think I'll just do another row of blush. I'm just going to be totally random here and do 2 rows every now and then, 3 rows every now and then, maybe 4 rows every now and then, I don't know. So I'm going to go do a peyote up through here with my blush beads. Caught around my scissors again. This wouldn't happen if my desk was not a total mess, but it always is. I'm going to flip it, pick up 2 more, do my little herringbone stitch, peyote back down, now I'm down here where I have to do my little odd count thing, so I'm going to pick up my bead, go down here and find this thread bridge under here, and go up the bead that I just put on. I'm going to go, I'm trying to get 6 beads on each side of my center here, because that's how wide I want it to, I want to make it. And I've got 6 beads on each side. So now I'm gonna start into my next color, which is my, I guess it's this plum here. I think that's what it's called. No, Lined Ruby AB is what it's called. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to go into just peyote all the way up through here like I've been doing. Now you can make this much wider. You can keep doing what I was doing, or you can make it much narrower, whatever you want to do. But I just like the size of having 6 on each side of my center here. But you can keep going and do it much wider. I can't remember if I said, but I left about a 10-inch tail over here to sew my wire guardian on later. I can't remember. I might have already said that, but in case I didn't. Now I'm going to do my little herringbone here. I'm going to peyote down this side. Now here, I don't want to make my piece any wider. So instead of picking up a bead and going into this sticking out bead, I'm just going to go into this sticking out bead. And it'll show a little thread there, but nobody's going to see it. Now I'm going to do another row of these ruby beads. I'm just going to peyote all the way up here. Flip it around and do my herringbone at the top. And peyote all the way down. And now that we've got our width established, we're not going to have to do this odd count thing anymore. It's going to be all even count from here on. So now instead of picking up a bead and going into this bead, I'm just going to go into this bead. Now I'm going to do my transparent peach. No, I'm not. I'm going to do a strip of my blush. I forgot about that. I'm going to do a couple of rows of my blush. I'm going to flip it, pick up 2, go down into this one, peyote all the way down. Get caught around the whole thing. Oops, sorry, hit the camera. Now instead of picking up a bead and going into the sticking out bead, I'm just going to go into the sticking out bead. I'm going to do another row of my blush. Flip it. Do my little herringbone stitch. Get it set like I want it to. It's not wanting to this time. It's trying to be hateful. Peyote down the side here. Now I'm going to start back over with my first color, which was my gunmetal iris. And I'm not going to pick up a bead and put it in here. I'm just going to go in here with my needle. Now I'm going to do this gunmetal iris. Of course, you don't have to use this many colors. You can use 2 colors, 3 colors, 10 colors, 1 color, whatever you want to do. So that's what I've got so far, and that's what you get on the side there like that. So I'm just going to keep doing that till I get the length that I want, and then I'll come back and we'll put on the wire guard. So I'll be back. I thought I'd come back and tell y'all, I know y'all were probably yelling at me when I went into my black beads after this blush row. You were probably yelling, telling me I was forgetting my transparent peach, and I was. And I realized that, so I went back and took the few stitches of black out that I had done, and I ended up doing 3 rows of the transparent peach. I'm just being totally random here, just doing 2 rows, 3 rows every now and then. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I just thought I'd come back and tell y'all that I know you all were probably telling me I was forgetting my transparent peach, but I went back and took it out and got it in there. So I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, I've got the length that I want now. So now I'm going to sew my wire guardian on. This is just really, really simple. I'm coming out down here where I put on my last round of peyote here. I'm just going to take my thread and my needle and sew up to the tip here till I get up here I'm going to sew on the diagonal till I get up here to the tip. Just going through beads on the diagonal to make sure I don't show any thread. Just going to go up this strip of blush beads here. Till I'm coming out the tip. Go in this one. I'm going to go up into this black one. This black one. Now I'm just going to pick up my wire guardian, just sew it straight on here. Go up through one channel of my wire guardian. I think I am if I can keep hold of it. Go down the other channel. And I'm going to go back into the down the other channel and go back into that other Delica there, and I'm going to go down both of those black ones there. I'm going to hold my wire guardian so the thread lands in the channel. Now I'm going to sew around here till I'm coming out this one again. I'm going to sew down these two black ones here on the diagonal. Well, I don't have to go around there. I'll just sew till I'm coming up out of here. Sew back up these two blush ones. Don't get a knot in my thread at this point. Now I'm going to sew up these two black ones. I'm going to sew around my wire guardian again. Just go up the channel there. I can get my needle in there. Go back down the other channel. And into the other 11-0 Delica on the other side. Hold my thread over the wire guardian, or hold my finger over the wire guardian. Go down this next 11-0 and that blush one. Now I'm just going to sew around and go around that again, and then I'm going to put my wire guardian on the other end the same way, and then I'll put my clasp on. Y'all don't need to watch me do that. You know how to put a clasp on. And then I'll be back and we'll see what we've got. So I'll be back. Okay, there's my bracelet all done. And as is often the case with me, I made it a little bit longer than I meant to. It came out to be almost 8 inches long. I had a couple of 6mm jump rings I was going to attach my toggle with, and I switched them out for 4mm ones to try and help that a little, but it still came out to be almost 8 inches. But it's not a hard stitch at all to do. And like I said, that odd count part is just until you get the width that you want, and you can make it any width you want. And then the rest of it is just even count. You don't have to do that odd count turn through the rest of it. And you can do your colors however you want to. You can use more colors than this or less colors than this. I just randomly, most of them I did 2 rows of my colors, but every now and then I threw in a row with, like this one has 3 rows. So I just randomly, every now and then, put in 3 rows instead of 2. But you can do whatever kind of pattern you want to. You could do much wider strips of your colors. You could do the part here in the center where you do the herringbone, where you put in your 2 at the herringbone there. You could make them all one color and have them all one color down the center. There's just all kinds of different ways you could switch this up and make it look entirely different. And I really love having these colors already, these beads already color coordinated for me. That's another thing I really love about this subscription, because it would have taken me longer to pick out these colors than it would have to make the bracelet, because I really struggle with trying to figure out what colors go together. So it's really nice to have them already color coordinated for me and have all that thinking done. I don't have to think so hard. I'll put it together here so you can see what it looks like clasped. So that's what it looks like clasped together. Like I said, I'll leave the Adornable Elements, the link to the Adornable Elements website in the description box below in case you want to check it out and see if it's something you might want to subscribe to. They have a long list of frequently asked questions that'll tell you anything you need to know about the subscription. And that coupon code, if you do decide to sign up, will save you 10% off the first month of whatever club or clubs you decide to sign up for. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, hope y'all have a great day. Take care.